YouTube, welcome to another episode of my channel. I just want to thank y'all for subscribing and liking and learning um, and everything. But I just got just a few words to say to those who have helped me out in the past um, in this life to build me up to where I am now. Um, One thing I want to say is this: I got no evil to say towards anyone um, that has helped me to wake up and reach and obtain a certain type of level in this life here. Okay, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for any type of wisdom and correction that has been given to me. And you don't know how you've done it. It was done by God Almighty. That was the one that put it in your spirit to give me the information. He used you as the vessel to give me shelter when nobody else could, when everybody else were just charging an arm and a leg just for me to be comfortable after I've, returned from work. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank those who allow me to be sheltered into their homes when when I was just going through madness, when I was going through hell, when I was trying to find myself, man, when I was just, in that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just had to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because none of us, from the jump, start perfect, man. We got to get built up to be the prophet, of God, where he wants us at in his life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Those of y'all who received assistance, and even though the person who has aided you, gave you help, fed you, clothed you, and helped giving you shelter, for a very reasonable price, man. You should be able to thank that individual, even though they don't believe what you believe in, even though they are the devil, even though they don't, want to do nothing that God says. You know what I'm saying? Thank that individual, man, and move on and let them know that they did their job and it's time for you to go to the next level. The world is ending, man. You know what I'm saying? The time of bullshitting has to be extinct. And if you don't feel that way, you know what I'm saying? God has otherwise. That's the reason why this coronavirus going on and a lot of people are dropping dead left and right. You know what I'm saying? Whether you choose to wake up or not, man, you know what I'm saying? God still has a government he must establish on this earth and eradicate the one that is on this one currently. You know what I'm saying? So, and as you, do what's required of you, from God, right? Say, for example, you sending up prayers like, God, please take away this coronavirus. Or please, remove this headache and this sickness that's in my body. Okay. You made your request, but God has a request. He wants something from you. Are you gonna get rid of the pork chops? Are you gonna get rid of the bacon? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna grow your beard? You gonna do exactly what I tell you to do and instruct you what to do so I can help you? Are you gonna work on your spirit? Are you gonna work on your communication? You know what I'm saying? We make so much request out of the one who has given us life, who has given us mercy when we should have been dropped dead long time ago. You know what I'm saying? He wants something from us. You know what I'm saying? It's really unfair to 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 take and not give back. You know what I'm saying? So, we must examine ourselves, man, and really ask ourselves, are we really a demon? Are we a devil, man? Am I a prideful, devil that think I know everything and nobody can't tell me nothing? Nobody can't teach me nothing. I'm in control. My thoughts are my own. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. You know what I'm saying? And just watch hell attack you left and right. You know what I'm saying? Watch you be attacked and not be able to have an answer on how to deal with certain things and situations. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom and money is defense in this world. You know what I'm saying? Both of those are defense. And when you feel like you don't need neither one of those, say for example, you just do money, but you don't do no wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom is what the scriptures are in the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't do nothing what that book says. You know, it's just painful. You know what I'm saying? It just, your life ain't gonna make no sense. Your communication with other ain't gonna make no sense. You're gonna have divorces left and right. You're gonna have baby mamas left and right. Trust and believe that. I fell into that trap, man. I felt like I could do everything by myself. I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I'm the man, I'm happy, I'm strong. Nah. Every single day, every single second, man, I gotta, you know, go towards the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm being tested, tried, and also monitored, documented, and people listening and paying attention to like how I carry myself, what my walk is like, what my growth is like. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on this world to be a man pleaser. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I know who the enemy is, and I know who the one who's going to help me. I know who the enemy got to report to just for him to do his job. Like I got a job, the enemy has a job. And who is our boss? God. And who has he chosen to build up as a warrior, as a true prophet? He chosen you. You know what I'm saying? The word says many are called, but few are chosen. You know what I'm saying? Many people reject and refuse the instruction of God and disregard his request of what he wants them to do, man. And guess what? We got trials, tribulation, sicknesses, confusion. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a lot of things wrong with us, bro. A lot of things. And when you feel like you're going to do it all by yourself, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be jammed up. You're going to be in a situation, man, you can't even explain. You know what I'm saying? You can't even explain why people are being nice to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't study. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand why a person who don't agree with you 100%, but yet they're helping you because you don't study and you don't ask God for the understanding of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I think somewhere says, in a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter. Malicious is sin, evil. You know what I'm saying? In your mind, where you feel like you know everything, you can't be touched. You know what I'm saying? You may continue to have a good life as you live. But me personally, I have a fear of the afterlife. After this life here is over with, man, I'm like, man, I feel like, you know, judgment probably ain't gonna be very pleasant to me, man, because I haven't been checking myself and correcting myself, you know what I'm saying, with the life I've been living. So keep that into thought, man. Think about what are you doing now that is displeasing to the Father? You know what I'm saying? Am I eating right? You know what I'm saying? Am I just shoving any and everything in my mouth? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Am I ignoring instruction? Do I hate instruction? You know what I'm saying? You got to check yourself. Your pastor, he need to check himself. You know what I'm saying? Is the source of wisdom I'm getting, is it enough, you know what I'm saying, to impress God? Is it? You need to really check that thing. And do I feel like I know everything and I can't learn or be retaught anything? You know what I'm saying? Everybody must be retaught, man. This world is a world of lies. It's a world of trials, tribulations, confusion, defeat, evil, wickedness, comfort, hatred, racism. And you think you could take on all that by yourself? You're a damn fool. Yeah, man. You a damn fool, man, thinking you can take on the devil and correct something that God has created to keep you in check. So that's like saying to a man, you know what I'm saying, no matter how good you fight or think you Neo and you could dodge bullets and you can catch bullets with your teeth, you an idiot, man. You know what I'm saying? You cannot dodge the correction of God. You can't dodge the judgment of God. You know what I'm saying? It will only be you against the world if it's you tag team with God, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not quoting a whole lot of scriptures because I don't know a whole lot of scriptures, but I've been experienced of a lot of defeats in life and a lot of things in this life that I've been through, man, that has caused me to be humble and use discretion, to use wisdom and have patience towards a lot of situations, and open up my ears to understanding that's poured out freely. Yeah, man. If you open your ears to wisdom instead of like being on the defense, like even if it doesn't sit well in your spirit, you twisting your face and you don't 100% agree with it, just shut the hell up and listen. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a person who claims to not want to go to hell, especially you're a person who claims they pray a lot, who do good for this person and do good for that person, but what about me? Woe is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, man. No matter how old you is, man, you know what I'm saying? Wisdom could come to any age. You know what I'm saying? Even a 10-year-old little boy can be my dad. You know what I'm saying? It can get so serious like that, man. I will have to humble down, listen to this youngster, even though I've been on this, I'm 3 times older than this guy. If he knows that Bible and he applies it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to shut the hell up and listen to humble down because God is dealing with this person, man. You know what I'm saying? God select who he wants to select to teach you. He can use the devil to teach you, man. He could use your best friend to teach you something. You know what I'm saying? He can use a Lyft or Uber driver to teach you something. He can use your job to teach you things, certain situations and scenarios, man. Everything in this life is a test. And it's required for you to not fail that test, man. You got to pass that test. Every test that's thrown at you, man, you got to be able to, you know, apply the scriptures, man, and defeat any type of wickedness. But, I will lose subscribers. I'll get people who ain't gonna 100% agree with me. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do. Unsubscribe. Like I said a long time ago. But I'm just a man that is trying to grow in understanding, grow in wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And escape the lies and the foolishness that I've been taught, and reprogram my mind to what's required of me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't even want to reprogram your spirit, man. You see all this madness going on. You know what I'm saying? It's of the Lord, man. He allows this thing, man, because he wants you to wake up. Even if you do die of this virus, man, you know what I'm saying? Still do what you're supposed to do. Do what you're supposed to do, man. Like this week, I'm, what I'm saying, by the grace of God, man, he's going to help me out. You know what I'm saying? I got to, go to a shelter. But, you know what I'm saying? I gotta start from the bottom just to get back to the top. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta do what I gotta do. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I had to understand that a person who lends their hand to assist you in this life is only temporarily. You know what I'm saying? Assistance from, people who don't fear God is only temporarily. And if you stay in a sober home that's owned by a pastor and he wants $400 from you a month, you know what I'm saying? I doubt, God is using that man. He may say some good proverbs here and there, man, but he ain't applying the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them aren't. They're not giving you warning and correction. He ain't even correcting his own household. You know what I'm saying? That's like a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? Teaching you something, and yeah, he's still killing. Still doing evil, but trying to teach you the right thing. That don't make no sense, man. But yeah, man, we are, in a deep sleep, and we think we have all the answers, and nobody can't tell us nothing. You know what I'm saying? They say I got guns, I got weapons. That stuff, that's all carnal and materialistic things, man. That's not going to protect you. If God sends a trial your way to wipe your ass out, that is not going to defend you. If God wants you out of here, you done. He'll send the devil and you done. You eradicated. You know what I'm saying? There's ways he could send something your way. He could send something your way to wake you up, to build you up stronger, or he could send something your way to get you off this planet because you've been a wicked ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real. I mean, my job, man, I'm just trying to do what he wants me to do, man. And there's some things that are written in that book that's very, very challenging me for to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially one about raising your children. That thing is hard. You know what I'm saying? And if you watch a lot of my videos and you follow me, you know what I'm saying, it's very hard to raise my children, especially with this pandemic going on. I don't have a place where she can go and sleep. And if I'm working all these hours just to pay these bills, who's going to watch her when I'm gone? You know what I'm saying? I don't have a wife. I don't have, you know what I'm saying, a person who can like assist me when I'm not there at the home. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no teamwork effort. So I have to build myself up, man, before I have to take on something else, and God throw in something else. So, it's by the grace of God that, you know what I'm saying, he got this life set up to a point where he wants me to grow in understanding, wake up, see how this world works, and see what he wants of me. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time to really figure that thing out. You know what I'm saying? And also, like I said again, man, those who have helped me out in the past, man, I got nothing evil to say about you. You know what I'm saying? However you behave, however you think, however you maneuver through this life is between you and the Father, man. If you choose not to follow his word, you choose not to have a belief system, that's on you. But I'd be damned if you know what I'm saying, say like, for me to be cool with you still, man, you got to follow my protocol. And if you ain't got no solutions, man, if I'm not growing in understanding and wisdom from you, you a waste of time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't learn from an individual, man, that ain't keeping God's laws, man. If you ain't keeping no laws, you disregard everything he wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? You gonna kill me and you gonna kill yourself, and I'll be damned if I die along with you. You know what I'm saying? But this video is quite long, lengthy, almost about 20 some minutes. But yeah, man, I just want to just take my hat off to those who have helped me out in the past, who has sent prayers for me, man, for me to wake up out of the foolishness and the stupidity that I was in. With the Sagittarius snake thing is eradicated, thanks to God. I'm back to listening to the prophets, trying to build my spirit up. Also, I'm just moving on to a chapter in my life where, you know what I'm saying, if it's the Lord's will to be a prophet, to wake up the people, man, I pray that he helps give me the understanding and the spirit and the strength to help assist the people without stumbling. You know what I'm saying? And whenever Satan come my way to like throw me off my A game, I pray that I'm prepared to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm not prepared to deal with Satan. I'm not prepared to deal with any type of traps that God throws my way, man, for me to like grow and learn. You know what I'm saying? Like God don't tempt you with evil, man. You know what I'm saying? He would send a trial your way just to get you to wake up and build you up to the strong warrior you have to be in this life, man. You got to be strong in this world. This world, you have to be mentally, physically, and spiritually strong. And if you are weak on those three, you're gone. You know what I'm saying? Especially financially, man. You know what I'm saying? You broke. You know what I'm saying? It's all bad. You know what I'm saying? It's bad enough that, you know what I'm saying, people want 3 times the amount of income just to move into a house. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no place out here in these streets, man, unless you know what I'm saying, Section 8 blesses you. But there ain't nobody who I've met that let me stay in their house for $150 a month with no added utilities and bills. You know what I'm saying? That is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? And I want to, you know, thank that person for helping me out. But there's only so much a lawless person can assist you with, because a lawless person ain't gonna help you out in this life, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of your life, man. There's gonna be a time where the well is gonna dry up and you gotta pull your weight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but those of y'all who have spoke evil of anybody who has helped you out in this life, especially from poverty and brokenness, starvation, shelter, and you speaking evil and you talking evil and you being demonic towards them, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel that thing. You're gonna get corrected. You're gonna get rebuked, and God is not going to defend you. You're gonna be looking stupid and dumb and embarrassing, and you gotta explain yourself. There's actions and decisions that I'm gonna be making that, you know what I'm saying, a carnal-minded individual is not gonna understand. They're gonna be asking, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I got in my head that I want to say. There's a lot of arguments and a lot of debate that I want to throw back at this person. But you know what I have to say? I have to say, like, you know what? Thank you, man, but I got to move on. You know what I'm saying? I got to be a man that understand very much and have very few words and dismiss the situation and move on. Because there ain't no man that can, like, literally, or woman that can pull your weight and you can still do what you got to do. That's impossible. Especially the people who live on this land and say, you want to live here in this good area where there ain't a fistful of rambunctious niggas. You got to pay about $2,000 a month to stay in this 1 or 2 bedroom apartment. I can't afford no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I damn can't. I sure cannot do that. I wish I could, but my life ain't built like that. So sometimes I just gotta take what I can get and keep it pushing, man. Like all this food right here, a person who pays bills, you know what I'm saying, and shit's high, probably won't be able to get no shit like this. You know what I'm saying? It's by the mercy of the Father, man. You know what I'm saying? If he allowed to allow you to have some money to get the food that you need to eat, to survive and flourish, it's of his will, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just all praises be to God, man. That's all we gotta do, man. Those who have helped you, who've assisted you in this life, who've given you resources, you know what I'm saying? If you speak evil on these people, man, shame on you, bro. Shame on you. But you still broke, still lacking anything. Even rich people, they still broke, still poor. you read Revelation 3 and 17, if I got that scripture right. But yeah, man. So, thank everybody, man, that's helped me out, that sent your prayers, that's gave me words of encouragement to reach out, this and that. You know what I'm saying? There's some correction that's hard to take in, and there's some of them that be like, you know what, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? But we got to understand, man, we are at war. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to lose sleep just to grow. Sometimes we have to be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? You'll get your sleep once you're dead and everything like that. Some real good quality, good sleep where there ain't no threats. The air's not tainted and defiled. You know what I'm saying? You're not, breathing in, a man's fluctuants, his gas or anything like that. Or have to be around, evil spirits. You know what I'm saying? Real rest is when you free from nonsense. You free from waking up with a headache, tiredness, and you still got to work your 9 to 5. Sometimes you got to work days that you are off. You know what I'm saying? Just to try to get to where you need to be at. You know what I'm saying? We really fit the curses, man. We really do. Because there are days, man, you know what I'm saying, by the mercy of God, man, by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying?
Key in the item's code or look up item.
You know what I'm saying? I'm working days I ain't supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be chilling, kicking it right now, just relaxing. But
key in the item's code or look up item.
I know for a fact that this world is not easy. You know what I'm saying? It isn't. But yeah, man, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I do see that the YouTube channel is growing and declining and dropping at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. A lot of people don't want to talk about the struggle. A lot of people like, why you talking about your personal business?
Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not fake with people, bro. I keep it solid. I keep it 100, man. I got no time to be fake. You know what I'm saying? This life, why you want to be fake? Why? You know? And also, I learned another thing, man. Light can't survive around darkness. Good can't survive around evil. You know what I'm saying? Those two are going to clash. Look at this building, Damet. There's a lot of light in this place. And there's very few shadows I see. You know what I'm saying? There's not a pure shadow really in this building unless you're underneath something and light is not hitting that. You know what I'm saying? There has to be something underneath to protect the evil, to protect the darkness. You know what I'm saying? For it to do its job. The light stays shining. It stays on the clock. The light don't get no break. You know what I'm saying? The light always fight. You heard that, right? The light is always constantly fighting. It's always on the battlefield shining. It ain't switching up. It's not dimming down. It's burning bright. And who's around? You know what I'm saying? Who's listening? You know what I'm saying? Are you putting out your light? Are you suffocating the light that's shining bright in you? You know what I'm saying? Some of us, man, we are choking. We not feeding, our light. We're not feeding our fire that's burning bright within. We dimming it and we suffocating it. We just putting it out. We putting out the light by not feeding it. You got to feed it oxygen. You got to feed it air. You got to feed it understanding. You know what I'm saying? For your light to continuously shine, man, you have to continuously grind, because light is always working. Everything that shines and you can see it is you know what I'm saying, it's working, it's doing a job. You know what I'm saying? And darkness is doing its job too. It gotta hide. It gotta hide somewhere where it feels safe. You know what I'm saying? That's how this world is, man. The darkness hide from the light, because if it encounters the light, guess what happens? It disintegrates, it dies. So you gotta choose a team who you're gonna be in, man. You're gonna be in lightness, you're gonna be in darkness. You're gonna be in the side where you fading away and you dying, or you're gonna be on the side where you are immortal and you shining bright. You know what I'm saying? Light, you know what I'm saying, represents immortality, man. Light ain't debating on correction or anything that's gonna feed it to fuel it. You know what I'm saying? You fighting against something that gives you strength, man. You a fool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to end this video. Y'all have a good one. Peace.